see we got today. Let's see what we got. Alrighty. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. See who pops on in. And we're going to answer some questions. We're going to have some fun. Stay on for probably about 45 minutes today. Maybe an hour. We'll see. We'll see. Let's give everyone a minute. A second to pop on in. Alright. Let's see. There we go. It's a little bit later than usual. So see who's popping in today. Welcome in, everybody. Be diving into self-growth, dating, relationships, spirituality. Any questions are welcome. Let's see who pops on in today. Let's see. Welcome in, everybody. We just started the live. Help me get employed, bro. Lol. How long have you been unemployed? How old are you? What are you trying to do for work? Definitely a few questions I'd have for you before jumping in and answering it directly. Welcome in, everyone. We just started the live like less than a minute ago. So see who pops on in today. You guys can feel free to throw any questions down below. We'll help you guys out. But yeah, brother, what are you trying to get employed with? Specific type of job? You're just trying to get a job in general? Where are you at? Where are you at with everything? Let me put my brightness up a little bit so I can actually see you guys. There we go. There we go. Your dad married his sister. I assume that's a troll comment. Welcome in, everybody. Oh, you weren't here the other day. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome in, everybody. You guys can feel free to throw some questions down below. Any questions at all are welcome. Hello, sir. What's going on, Rami? Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Should I watch Nick? I don't know. I've never watched any of his stuff. I know it's related to politics. Welcome in, everyone. We just started the live, so whoever would like to ask the first few questions, feel free to do so. And we're diving in. We're diving in. So welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Any questions are welcome. Alright, Breadman, what's going on? Welcome back. Let's see. Brad, what do you do when you feel like life's moving too fast? Well, you can't stop time, but you can change your perception of it. Here's the thing. A lot of the times when you feel like life is moving so fast, there's this phenomenon as you get older. It seems like time moves faster. But also, it's not that we have so little time. It's just that we waste most of it. We spend most of our time scrolling on our phone, consuming things that don't really aid to our knowledge, our value, or happiness. And we spend our time doing things that we don't care about. So start to shift that focus. And if you feel like life is moving so fast, it's probably because you don't feel like you're moving in the right direction. So you're moving fast in the wrong direction. That's what it feels like. So you want to see, where can I start to connect to deeper things in my life so I can actually fit them into my schedule and build them. French and, yeah, Breadman, if you want to shoot me a DM, would love to dive into it with you there and see what you're really feeling like it's going too fast for you, what direction you're in. Do you have advice for me? I can't stop crying because my girlfriend left me, and I'm afraid my wife will find out. I don't know if that's a troll comment or not, but you are not serious about relationships if you were in a relationship and you're so upset that your girlfriend left you when you're in a marriage. You clearly have no connection to your wife, and there's no reason as to why you should be married. But I'm going to assume that's a troll comment. Do I know blank from Brazil? I do not. I just broke up with my boyfriend. So sad. Why'd you guys break up? What happened? Great take. Thanks, Brad. Yeah, of course. Glad to help. What should I do to lose weight when I have... Mr. Dilly. What should I do to lose weight when I have 3 kids? And I'm 3 months behind on rent. Well, what are you doing for work currently? Are you in a marriage? Are you a single mom? I would definitely ask you a few more questions before just giving you a direct answer. Eli said, she randomly started being dry. Is she losing feelings? It's potential. Yeah, most of the time, I mean, women usually want a lot of attention. They want to keep talking to you if they truly like you. But here's the thing, Eli, don't ignore it. have a conversation with her. Say, hey, you've been being more dry. I've been feeling a little bit distant from you. And this would be best over a phone call, optimally in person, not over text, because that's going to get mixed up pretty quickly. But yeah, if she's being dry, it's something's going on. Something is indeed going on. What's going on, YouTube? We're diving into self-growth, advancing your relationships, growing spiritually. I got TikTok over here, so we're bouncing back and forth. Feel free to ask some questions. Before you try once, think twice, depending on what it is. Circle K attendant, single mom. Okay, got it. 3 months behind on rent. Oh, that's a really difficult situation. Okay. I don't think losing weight, even though losing weight is something very important to do, I don't think that's the number one priority right now. I think it's making sure your kids have enough food on the table, making sure that you can get by. I think that's the most important piece here. But I'm also curious, like, what is the situation with the father of your children? Are you guys in contact at all? What, did he run away? He moved to a different country? What? Mr. Dilly, this is like a really intricate situation. So if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM of the in-depths of this, I'd love to point you in the right direction. Give us spirituality advice. Want to be more connected with one. Okay, interesting. Well, yeah, being more connected with yourself. The best thing I can say is be present. Our mind is always thinking. We're never here in the moment. You're always doing a certain task, doing something work-related, having a conversation, researching something, consuming something. You never give your brain space to just exist and be here. So that's one thing that's going to be exceptionally important for you to begin to do, right? Just be here. Take a few deep breaths, look up at the sky, look around you, and try to be grateful for the little things that most people would think you're stupid for. Meaning, be grateful that you have a phone. Be grateful that you have carpet. Be grateful that you're alive, that you woke up this morning. It's a good place to start, to get more present and in tune with one, if you want to label it as such. It's a good place to start. Spidey said, how to get over a girl. We got a lot of questions coming. I'm going to get to all you guys. How to get over a girl I really wanted and prayed to God asking for her, but she just cut ties with me. Okay, well, there's maybe some spiritual and faith-like disconnection here, because if you prayed to God asking for her, and then she came, but then she cut ties with you, there's a reason why that's happening. Maybe you're not providing for her, maybe she's not attracted to you, or maybe she's just not the right girl. And God is giving you a challenge to prepare you for the right girl, right? So that's potential too. But Spidey, if you want to shoot me a DM about like the intricacies of this situation, we'd love to help you out further. Sick individual said, you're a life coach. What else? I love egocentric ones like yourself. You can't even coach yourself, obviously. Thanks for the compliment. Peyton, I text you on TikTok. You never responded back. Peyton, I will get back to you as soon as I can. I had a couple hundred people come in over the last day or two, so I haven't gotten a chance to get back to everybody. But I will get back to you, Peyton. Don't worry. I don't forget about anybody. I just have so many DMs that I literally don't have enough time in the day because I'm on sessions, and any ounce of free time, I try to respond to you guys. Let's see. Followed your advice and started texting him. He left me on scene. Might not be interested. Is this a relationship or just someone you want to talk to? I don't know if my parents would be mad at me or not if I came out. Should I try to? Well, I guess it depends on their political perspectives and their viewpoint of that, but hey, if it's going to make you feel more connected to your soul to be honest with them about it, might as well do it. But if you think it's going to severely mess everything up, you might want to keep it to yourself for now. Let's see. What's up, bro? What's going on, SK? How was the group call? How's the group call? Because I feel like they might be mad. It's possible. Everyone's different. I need to talk to me about that, not this guy. About what? You're too young to be giving advice. Thanks for your opinion, Chris. I'm going to keep helping people change their lives, and most of my clients are in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. So, Chris, before you come on here and say you're too young to be giving advice, you should look at my track record, or at least ask me about it before judging. I'm not coming on here judging you, am I? All right. Deborah said, I've been divorced since 2016, and I haven't dated anyone since then. Okay, Deborah. Well, this is deep. My question to you would be, why did you get divorced? And are you still attached to your ex-partner? Where's your mindset at with this? Are you afraid to date again? Are you afraid the same thing's going to happen? Deborah, if you want to throw some more details down below or shoot me a follow and a DM about the in-depths of the situation, I'd love to help you out. I've been reading The Power of Now in Buddhism texts. Thanks. Oh, The Power of Now is so good. So good. Such a comprehensible spirituality book. I'm actually distancing myself from her right now. I didn't talk to her at all today. Well, this is somebody that you broke up with? I don't remember the exact question. We got a lot of questions coming in. All right, Rose said, what? Hold on, we got a lot of comments coming in. What do I do if my boyfriend low-key cheats on me, but it was 2 years ago and I'm still kind of resentful? Well, yeah, that means you guys never actually, you never processed it. And here's the thing. When you say low-key cheated on you, are you talking about like he was watching some explicit videos or talking to other girls and didn't do anything, or he like literally cheated? Like what type of cheating are we talking about? But if you're still resentful 2 years later, yeah, this relationship is probably not going to work. In fact, I talk to a lot of people. It's very difficult to forgive somebody after they cheat. Very difficult, if not impossible. And it's with your core values. Like me and my girlfriend are like, hey, even though we're so connected to each other, if we cheated on each other, one person did something, done. That's it. Right? You have to connect to that. And they broke that boundary. It's sometimes something you can't come back from. Isaac, what's up? Belinda, what's up? Yellow said, I'm a coach of life coaches here in San Diego. Hold on. Keep focused and pump people up, but don't lose your COO. Maybe you're saying cool. How do you know to not give a blank about people's opinion? I don't know why, but I need people's agreement or opinion. Absolutely. Yeah, this can really stem from a lack of connection with yourself. You don't connect to your core values, and you don't have full beliefs that you connect to on your own. So you always need a second opinion. You always need someone else to tell you what to do or guide you. It's a lack of independence mentally, but it's not like you have to stay here. But to start to not caring about other people, start to get more connected to yourself, and realize that most people don't care about themselves. So when they judge you, they're secretly just judging themselves and casting it towards you. That's what it is most of the time. So HXS, if you need any further assistance with that, just shoot me a DM. Can a relationship work with a Christian woman and a Jewish man? It's a great question. Well, there are a lot of similarities between Christianity and Judaism when it comes to core values. There are, of course, traditional differences, and of course, there's a different spiritual text, but there's overlaps. Like a lot of people who are Christian read the Torah and vice versa, because there's a lot of biblical narratives that are in both of them. So it definitely can work. Could it be challenging? Potentially. But it's more about core values than it is like, do we meet the exact same faith? And it's more of like, hey, if our values align, it can definitely work. But it's something worth having a deep conversation about for sure. I don't know if I should drop out of college. I have 2 years left, but I don't really know. Yeah, TLX, what are you studying? Do you enjoy it at all? Did you just go to college because it's what you're supposed to do? Like, where are you at with this? And what do you feel like you would do instead if you dropped out of university? Am I a Pisces? I'm not. Deborah said he cheated on me. Okay. Yeah, so Deborah, are you afraid that that's going to happen again? Well, what's going on as to why you feel like you can't date now? Have you read Hemingway or know anything about? Sounds familiar, but no, I haven't. Who wrote The Power of Now? Eckhart Tolle. My ex and I broke up a month ago. She's been texting me again lately. Why'd you guys break up? And also, why are you guys texting each other? Because most of the time, if you made a commitment to breaking up, you're not supposed to be talking anymore. It's not supposed to be happening. I'm in a very fulfilling relationship. My ex-girlfriend called me a week ago. Guess what I did? I didn't pick up the phone and didn't text her back. She doesn't deserve any of my attention, any of my energy. We're leaving that in the past. Again, I don't know what your exact situation is, but if you guys broke up, you broke up for a reason. What's the definition of a 10 out of 10 life? Well, that's a good question. Sober plug. Definition? Oh, my definition of a 10 out of 10 life. I thought you were just asking in general. I'm like, it's very personalized. For me, having the money and relationships and mindsets that aid in you getting to the lifestyle that you desire for yourself. For example, you could say, oh, money doesn't matter, but if you want to travel the world or at least travel in a certain capacity, you'll need some amounts of money. So it's really getting clear on how you want to live intentionally. But for me, personally, in my personal life, it's yes, having financial freedom where I don't have to look at the bill. When I'm out to dinner, don't have to look at the grocery bill, don't have to really look at that much. And I'm like, hey, I'm good and I'm thriving above that. And I'm able to do things when I want. And because I already do that in some capacity, I choose my own schedule. I choose when I do my sessions. I run my own businesses. I don't have anyone tell me what to do, except my coaches. I usually listen to what they tell me. But that's what I think is a 10 out of 10 life for me in some capacity. It's not a finalized definition. In the month since you broke up, she's been dating someone else, and she just reached out to you? Yeah, that's not a very good situation. You might want to avoid that. If he downloaded a dating app and met up with the person but didn't hit it off, is that cheating? 100%. The intention is there. So, 11, whatever your name is, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about this, I'd love to help you figure this out, because I would say that if it was my relationship, yes, it's cheating. The intention is there. It's like you going to a party with your girlfriend and she doesn't hook up with another guy, but she whispers to you, "I wish I could blank that guy." It's like that's we're just gonna, like, what? It just I don't get it. How do you find out what's getting in the way of your desired outcomes/dreams? Well, you start by asking yourself, what am I doing? What could I be doing to sabotage myself, to put barriers in my own way? I want to run a business. I want to change my job. I want to do this. Yet every single day I procrastinate. I don't try and figure out what the steps are. So usually the things that are getting in the way of your desired outcomes and dreams is usually yourself. Of course, there's outside circumstances too, but first look inward. And JP, if this is something you're really trying to figure out, would love to help you out. Feel free to shoot me a follow and a DM about it. Virtual said, how do you find yourself? Well, a good fundamental question first to ask is, who am I? Beyond what I do for work or what I study in school, who am I? What do I stand for? What am I willing, not just what am I willing to die for, but what am I willing to live for? What do I want to pursue? What do I want to build? What do I want to create? Right? And can gain a really deep connection to that. It's a good starting place. We already answered that question. Mayo said, okay, what do I do if I hate him, like, so much, and he's a POS, and I can't stop thinking about him? What is, I don't know what a POS is. What's a POS for slang? Let me look it up. Oh, just piece of, oh, okay. What if you hate him, but you can't stop thinking about him? Well, Mayo, is this a guy you dated? Is it a guy that you slept with? What is the situation here? What is the in-depths of this? How do we become good looking like you? I appreciate that. I try to go to the gym and stuff, but up here is just genetics. I got most of this from my mother. I look very similar to her. Brad, what's going on, Ron? What am I currently doing that future me will hate me for? It's a good question to ask yourself. Am I living a 10 out of 10 life? I'm not there yet. I'm working my way up. My boyfriend broke my heart, but we hooked up again, and I'm... Okay, that's a troll comment. Do I speak Spanish? I do not. Is a degree superior to a certification? Depends on how you view it. I personally don't have a degree or certification. So some people may say I'm not credible, yet there's people that have gone to therapists that have many more degrees than I do, and they've been going there for 3 years, and then they come in my coaching practice and say, Brad, working with you for 2 months, I've made more progress with you than working with my therapist. So it's not really about if a degree is more superior than another label. It's about actually getting people results in a certain industry. That's the thing that matters. It's what people care about. Yeah, Mayo, I partly answered your question. What's the situation here? Is this like a ex-boyfriend, someone you slept with? How do you deal with a stagnant friendship that isn't changing even after talking to them about it? Well, yeah, Art, it depends what you're trying to change, but if it's stagnant and this is a core value difference and you genuinely, like, you argue every single time you see each other, you might not be able to be friends with each other anymore. But I'd love to, if you want to shoot me a DM about the actual in-depths of it, would love to dive into it. After almost 2 years of separation. After almost 2 years of separation, I'm strongly missing my special person. Why? Is it possible he... Okay, the rest of your comment didn't go through. 2 years of separation. Are you separation of in death, or just you guys broke up? How do I quit a 5-year addiction? What are you addicted to? Wait. Oh, you're saying after almost 2 years, is it possible he's thinking of me too? That's possible, but Equa, why did you guys break up? I keep looking for answers when I know the answers. I want a different truth. You want a different truth. Sounds like you got to connect to reality. Or maybe you don't fully... You're either disconnected from that, or maybe there is a certain truth, yeah, that you already know. You just have to accept it instead of trying to look elsewhere. Let's see. Can I find true love? 100%, Susan. You got to get really in tune with your core values and make sure that you connect to those when you're in your dating experience. And if a man doesn't possess those things, you have a conversation about it. And if he still doesn't possess it, go find somebody else. I'm not saying date someone for 6 months and then break up with them all of a sudden, but I am saying, like, you got to connect to yourself. But also, true love is based in not just, like, what would the word be? It's not just unconditional. There are conditions on love, at least at first, because you have to be attracted to each other in many different capacities. You're 40 and having trouble making friends. Do you have any friends at all? Where is the starting place? All right, Mayo, you said it's a situationship. Yeah, Mayo. Here, you already... There was the mistake. Don't ever get into any situationship ever again. Why do you guys accept this for yourself? Everyone wants deep connection. You want a relationship. You want somebody to be there for you. You want someone to care about you and nurture your soul. Yet you are willing to just be with somebody who just likes to hook up with you on the side. And you accept that? We have to stop doing this for ourselves. It's not benefiting anyone except toxic men and toxic women. All right. I'm in a long-distance relationship, and the girl... My comment section keeps moving. I'm in a long-distance relationship, and the girl reposts other men's thirst traps. Is that bad? Do you really need me to answer that question? I think you already know the answer. You're in a long-distance relationship, already distance, and they're posting other guys, other attractive guys on their story. You're cooked. You're cooked. But you already knew that. So stop settling for less. Good night, W stream today. Glad it resonates. Cheated on me the first day of talking. Well, if it was the first day of you talking, you technically didn't cheat on you, since you weren't in a relationship. But I can understand why you'd be upset about that for sure. But you have to distance yourself from this person. But also, Mayo, if you're still very attracted to this person, you may find that there's some deeper stuff. I came on here to spy on you, Brad. Hey, appreciate the donation, Ripple. You came to spy on me. Yeah, we got YouTube over there and TikTok over here. I'm trying to give you guys both attention. Hold on. My comment section keeps moving. I apologize, guys. All right, for those of you guys that are spamming the same question that I already answered, please don't do that. You're blocking up so I can't see other people. But yeah, Mayo, they cheat on you. Like, you have to connect to, why am I still attracted to somebody that doesn't like me back and that does me dirty? Is that what I think love is? Do I feel like I have to be hurt in love? What's the relationship like with my parents growing up? Is that what I feel like is normal? And then you attract people like that. Something to reflect upon. Yeah, if he keeps coming back and keeps manipulating you, you gotta stop giving him attention. Hey, bro, what do you do if a girl ghosted you out of nowhere, out of the blue after we've been talking for a few months? Move on. If she ghosts you, she doesn't care that much. Why are you going to give your attention to somebody? And again, it's not easy to move on from someone, but you've been talking to them for a while. I was just talking to someone on a session like 2 hours ago, and she, someone she dated for like a year just ghosted her out of the blue. And it's like, yes, it sucks, absolutely. But don't try and get them back. Oh, why did they do it? Doesn't matter. They don't want you. And they're not mature because they ghosted you. That's not somebody you want to build with in a relationship. Currently going through a breakup. Cheated on me after 4.5 years. Oh, wow. Why have you gotten to the bot? Have you had a conversation with them about it, Hawaiian girl? That's deep. I have to tell you more about the situation. Yeah, absolutely. Shoot me a DM about it. She's moving on so fast. Maybe with her something while I'm suffering. She's probably not moving on. She just doesn't know how to connect her emotions. But Hawaiian, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about this, I'd love to help you process this. I got some stuff I could send over to you. Bradley, man in the family, is bald. How do I cope with the fact that it's inevitable? What if it's not inevitable? Who knows? We'll see. We'll have to see. I reckon coaching comes up to how much? I think the rest of your comment didn't go through. Appreciate the gift, Belinda. Oh, you're a life coach too. Welcome in. Me in the talking stage I was with decided to not talk anymore. We're back to being friends. That's going to be complicated, Hunter. If you're romantically involved with someone and then try to go back to being friends, you're saying it hurts a lot. Not going to work. If you are always going to hold on to the hope that you guys can be romantic together and they don't want you in that romantic way, you can't continue the friendship. It's not going to work. You're going to feel exceptionally disconnected. You're going to feel exceptionally jealous when they start talking to someone else, and you will resent them and then resent yourself and then blame them when you're really blaming yourself because you kept yourself in a position that you know couldn't work. But Hunter, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about this, I'd love to help you process this. This is a lot to figure out. I'm in high school and I get good grades, but it's hard to focus. It's so monotonous. Can you help? I hated high school. I hated school my whole life. That's why I dropped out of university. You get good grades, but it's hard to focus. Well, if you get good grades, what else do you need to change? If you're focused enough to get good grades, use your focus for something that you actually care about, too. Hey, Mr. Life Coach, what's going on? Let's see. Thoughts on silver dumping 15 trillion in market cap overnight? I didn't know that happened, but my brother just bought a ton of silver, so I'm sure he's up. Hard to take life advice from a kid. Yeah, I'm 14 years old. Don't take advice from me, even though I've helped over 100 men and women change their lives. Advice, please. I had a toxic job, and now I'm unemployed, but now the new offers are lower in salary. Okay, if you had a toxic job and you left, now you're unemployed. If you're unemployed, you don't have any money coming in, if I had to guess, unless you have some side hustle or business going on. New offers are lower in salary. Take the offer, and while you're working that job, find one that pays more that you enjoy more. But you got to get something in your belt at this point. Am I Christian? I'm not. I do love the biblical narratives, though. They have a lot of value. Morning, hope everything is good. Hey, you as well. Al said, hi, Brad. What's going on? Welcome back in. Emma said, it's never been more than 2 years in every relationship. You might be choosing the wrong people. Personal question, why did you become a life coach? Good question. I was diagnosed with depression at 13, dealt with it until I was 16, and then kind of did basic self-development to get out of it, like getting in the gym, reconnecting with nature, getting into spirituality, meditation, running, and looking deeper at life. And then for the last 7 years of my life, I've just been absolutely obsessed with psychology, biology, spirituality, all this different type of stuff. So that's kind of very general overview why I started. Let's see. Long distance, Al said long distance relationships don't work. They can. Most long distance relationships don't work because most people are with the wrong people. But if you're truly with someone that you plan on being with for the rest of your life and you have to go long distance for a certain period of time, it can still work. Hey, Melissa, appreciate the rose. Are you Christian? Thoughts on religion? Not against religion. I'm also not Christian. But I do like to consider myself a spiritual man. I think religion serves many people. For me, it seems kind of like a ball and chain. Like it's tying me to one thing when I haven't explored everything else. So I'm still exploring spirituality. Sorry, bro, didn't hear the first part of the answer. Rethrow your question down so I can re-answer it. How do I stop thinking of someone that doesn't think of me? It's a good question. Stop thinking of someone that doesn't think of me. Is this a friend? Is this a past romantic relationship? Is this a family member? Is this a dating interest of someone that you never talked to before? Danny, what's your relationship like to this person? Damien said, weaklings and trauma victims in your chat, this is hilarious. So because people are traumatized, you're going to make fun of them for that? Be careful when saying that. Be very careful. Melissa, my boyfriend said he will propose to me only if I lose 30 pounds. Is this a red flag? Absolutely. Now, that being said, Melissa, if you're, let's say, very overweight and he doesn't find you physically attractive, there's value in maybe losing the weight. But in him using that as an exchange, that is a no-go. You can't say, I'm going to propose, because that's the thing. Like, here's the thing. You might get pregnant when you're married and after he proposes to you, right? And then you might gain, well, you literally will gain the weight when you're pregnant, and you might not be able to exercise as much and things of that nature, and you might not look as skinny or as great as you do usually. And so if that's the pillar of whether he's going to be with you or not, he's not going to be able to be with you. But Melissa, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about this, really walking me through the in-depth details, I'd love to help you out with it further. Could I get an answer? Yeah, period. I already answered your question. I just see you keep spamming it. But actually, maybe that's a different person. Try to throw your question down below again. Hold on. There's so many questions coming in. I gotta keep scrolling. Do you think being feminine is natural for you? Are you saying for me? Well, I mean, feminine, by the way, is an energy. It's not like man or woman. I mean, women usually have more feminine energy than men more masculine. But does feminine energy come natural to women? Not always. And does feminine energy come always natural to men? No, not always. It's vulnerability, sensitivity, emotions. And this is present within all of us as human beings. But it's not always, sometimes, I mean, optimally it's natural, but there's a lot of things that we go through in our lives that doesn't actually allow us to do so easily. Welcome in, YouTube. What's going on? Am I religious? If so, what religion? I'm very spiritual, but I'm not a part of a particular religion. M said he liked me for 9 years, but haven't been able to be together because we're not in the right state. How old are you guys? Let's see. Yeah, M, he liked you. Like, why can't, you're not in the right state? What does that mean? That could just be an excuse. Because you can work on yourselves together in a relationship. Don't forget about that. Like, that's the point of relationships as well. You're supposed to grow together. You're supposed to make mistakes and learn together. You're just committed to each other, so you do it together. But, I mean, that being said, if someone's, like, down in the dumps, they have zero self-worth, okay, don't be in a relationship. But, how to date someone who speaks a different language. That's quite difficult. I'm not sure I have advice for that. Dating someone who has a different language. You literally, I mean, learn the language, I guess. Danny said, stop thinking of someone who doesn't think of me. Yeah, Danny, I asked what type of person this is. What type of relationship are you in? Like, what is this person that you're thinking about? Who is it? Do you think it's possible for an ex-girlfriend to become a friend? Absolutely not. You cannot go from romantic relationship to friends. Like, if you have kids together and then you divorce and you're not together, like, okay, you should be in contact. But if you guys don't have kids together, there's no reason as to why you should be. Think about this. Is it possible? You're asking me the question, is it possible for an ex-girlfriend to become a friend? You could technically do it, but you're never going to be truly friends again. Guess what? I tried to do that with my ex-girlfriend. Guess what happened? We hooked up again. So what's going to happen? It's inevitable. You're still attached to this person in some capacity. Also, think about the next relationship that you're going to have where you're truly connected to them. You think your future girlfriend is going to be okay that you're friends with your ex? Massive red flag. And if you wouldn't be okay for your future girlfriend being friends with her ex-boyfriend, not a good idea. Now, that being said, I'm not here to judge. If you're like, I can be friends with my ex and I wouldn't care if my future girlfriend is friends with her ex-boyfriend, then sure, do it. But by most people's standards, it's not going to work. I posted for the first time on another account. It got 80K views. I'm scared to look at it. Oh, there's probably a lot of comments that you might not like, but that's what happens when you blow up. That's okay. I'm in a long-distance relationship, and the girl we post other men's thirst traps. Is that bad? Yeah, my original answer to your question was like, I can't believe you're asking me this question. The obvious answer is yes. That is very bad. Are you posting videos of other attractive women on your stories for everybody to see? Why would your partner be doing that? And especially your long distance, there's definitely some stuff going on here. Brandon said, I got a long question, so you'll see it in different comments. Okay, sounds good, Brandon. And Brandon, if it's super long, you can also shoot me a follow and a DM about it. I get back to everyone in the DMs. Let's see. Coach Brad, please advise me on my Roblox girlfriend breaking up with me. How old are you? How old are you? You're amazing. Hey, I appreciate you. How do I get sober from blank, Nick, and Alk? Okay, well, if you're not sober in all of those three areas, it is probably because you're running away from a certain part of yourself. There's something you haven't processed. There's something you're afraid of. There's no connection in your life. There's nothing you're passionate about. You're not connected. So you want to start, where am I disconnected and how do I start to plug myself in to actually connect with things I truly care about? Then you don't need nicotine and all this stuff to cope because you're actually living a fulfilling life. So start to focus on that and the addiction will naturally be integrated. Again, depending on how long you've been addicted and what it is, like there's obviously intricacies to it, but since we're on live here, I can't give like a crazy in-depth answer. Mr. Expert, how do I stop thinking of someone that doesn't think of me? All right, I'll say it for the third time, Danny. Before I answer your question, I need to know who this is. Who is this person that you're thinking about? I'm 19, feeling left behind. What do you mean feel left? What do you feel left behind about? Your life is just starting. Yeah, you see, I already answered your question twice, so if you didn't hear the answer, shoot me a DM about it. Oh, wait, I think you got it now. How do I improve my depression? That's a good question. I used to be diagnosed with it. Miss J, I actually did a whole 1 hour lecture on this in my group coaching community. So I'll actually save both of our times on live and just shoot you over the lecture for free. So Miss J, shoot me a follow, shoot me a DM. Hey, you said you'd send me the depression lecture. I'll send that over to you. That'll be a good starting place. M said he's liked me for 9 years, but haven't been able to get together because of our mental state. All right, when you say mental state, are you like you have mental health issues? What's going on there? And how like you have core value difference? Lizzie said, I need your help. Sure. What do you need my help with? Wait, why is everyone saying Melissa run? I haven't even seen Melissa's question. Where's Melissa's question? I didn't even see it. All you guys are responding to her question. I didn't even see it. Hold on. Mike said, what's going on, Mike? Headed for divorce. She cheated. I'm sorry to hear that. That's really rough. Advice for moving on in 57. Okay, this is really difficult, especially since, you're a little bit older now, so going through this at this time is very challenging. This is going to be really deep. Okay. Well, there's a lot of processing heartbreak, but you're going to be processing the idea that you had of being with this person for the rest of your life. It's going to take some time, effort, and energy. Well, the biggest thing you're going to want to do is don't disconnect yourself from the things that you care about and what you're building in your life. And if you have already let those things go, start to capture them, even at a slight basis. But Mike, this is going to be really deep. So if you want to shoot me, you already follow me. If you want to shoot me a DM about this, I'd love to dive into it deeper. Because this is heartbreaking. It's someone that you used to date, but they replaced me for a friend, and now I don't exist. Yeah, Danny, you gotta ask yourself, why do I care about somebody that doesn't care about me? And do they deserve my time, effort, and energy and attention? Or would it be more beneficial for me to start to build the things in my life that I care about, keep doing that, and find somebody that does appreciate me? Do looks matter. Yeah, they do. All right, Brandon said, dating this girl, started going through her phone. She was telling her girlfriend that at work her supervisors or upper management is really watching her because they think she's trying to F them, so he's weirded out. What do you think? Wait, your girlfriend, her supervisors is watching her. Who's trying to sleep with them? Her? Yeah, Brandon, if you want to clarify that and shoot me a DM about this, because that's going to be an intricate situation. Tessa said, I'm feminine. That's good, especially if you're a woman. Do you think it's possible for an ex to become a friend? Like I said before, no. Camilla, I feel that my life, um, recently hooked up with a widow. She tried to get me to wear her late husband's clothes. I should probably never go back. Yeah, that's not a good idea. I feel like my life is really boring, but I ain't got any motivation for anything. Okay, Camilla. You feel like your life is boring, you haven't tried enough things, because there's so much in reality that is so exciting. Try to do some research on things that you care about. Try to dive a little bit deeper. Not into motivation, but just into trying something very small. Because that'll get you in the right starting place. Because life is not boring. It's only boring if you are doing the same thing every day. You have to change up your schedule. How old am I? I'm 22. Oh, someone said I was 23. You're close. Thoughts on gambling? I don't do it, and I wouldn't advise anyone to do it. We're childhood friends, that's why he liked me for so long, but he doesn't value himself. Yeah, that's rough. I mean, you guys definitely want to... You guys got to get serious about doing the self-growth stuff, and also, like, communicating with each other about it, because maybe you could do it together if you guys are both struggling with this stuff and you guys both like each other. You can still be in a relationship even if you're struggling. Yeah, Mike, married 23 years. It's a long time. How can you give life advice when you haven't even lived? I mean, you could say that about anybody. I've helped over 100 men and women in my coaching practice transform their lives. Russ, what's going on? I've been at the same job for 24 years. I'm losing my drive. I hate going to work. How do I get it back? Well, if you've been at the same place for 24 years and you don't care about it anymore, you might be transitioning to a different place in your life. You've outgrown it. You might want to look into either getting a different job, starting your own business. But again, I don't know how old you are, and what situation you're in, what, it looks like you might be married or something like that in your picture. So you might have, someone to provide for. Does your wife work? Yeah, Russ, if you want to shoot me, because one of my clients, actually, he's in his 40s. He has a wife and 2 kids. He worked at UPS for 25 years straight, and he just quit UPS, and he literally started 5 businesses at once. This guy's like an absolute menace. It's awesome. But Russ, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about this, like the in-depths of the situation, I'd love to dive into it deeper. Jarito said, if a man speaks his mind in the woods and no woman is around to hear it, is he still wrong? I'm not sure what you mean by that question. There should be a law that you can't call yourself a life coach before 50. I disagree with that. Let's see. How much do you have liquid? 20 million. 20 million, Brett. I think you missed my question. Well, multiple people have commented the same question over again that I've answered already. I don't know if there's something wrong with my connection or if it just lags for some of you guys. But Belinda, your question of why I became a life coach, I was diagnosed with depression at 13, dealt with it until I was 16, and got obsessed with just getting in the gym, spirituality, meditation, nature, and then getting really connected to reality, and then got obsessed with philosophy, psychology, spirituality, all this biology, all this different stuff over the last 7 years of my life. All right, lots of questions coming in. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, of course. All right, Isu. How do you forgive yourself when others already have, but the guilt is there years later? Ooh, that's a really deep one. Okay. Forgiving yourself for something that you've done a long time ago. Well, everybody else has processed it, so that's a little logical marker, right? But you haven't properly felt the feelings, or you still believe that you are capable of making the same mistake that you did years ago. That's why you're afraid of yourself and you haven't forgiven yourself, because you feel like you could still do it again. So it's something about the relationship with yourself and the relationship with that past experience that you haven't fully processed that has you keeping holding on to it. So ask yourself, what part of my character do I feel like still exists within that, and how can I start to change that? Because it's very possible to do so. I haven't dated in 8 years. Am I cooked? No, you're not cooked, but you might want to start dating again, especially if you want to date. My ex broke up with his girlfriend and won't stop hitting up my phone with no caller ID. Let him be. My ex-girlfriend called me about a week ago. I'm in a very fulfilling relationship, so I did not answer, and I'm never going to. Can I join your live to ask advice? We're not having people on the panel since there's so many questions today, but if you want to shoot me a DM, feel free to do so, Cisco. I answer all my DMs and answering your questions. I did answer, but the comments are very far behind. Hey, no worries. Yeah, the comments are far behind. Jesus is the only thing that will fulfill you. That is your personal opinion. I believe in God. But yeah, you can't just come on and say Jesus is the only thing that'll fulfill you, because then you could get someone to believe that, and then they live their whole life unfulfilled. Now, that being said, if Jesus fulfills you, I'm not here to speak against that in any way, shape, or form. But there's multiple religions for a reason. 49 female. What's going on, Casey? They dumped me hard, like ended ties, cruel with the breakup, but still messages and calls. They're manipulating you, especially if they broke up with you and it was cruel and they're still trying to talk to you. They're just avoiding the situation. So Casey, this is going to be deep. So Casey, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about like why you think they're calling now, what was the cruelty about the breakup, I'd love to dive into this and help you out. We got a lot of questions coming in. Someone said, is it pre-recorded? This is not pre-recorded since I'm answering people's questions live. Mighty Chad, what's going on YouTube? Hold on. Where's the questions? How do I get my drive back at work? I'm just doing the bare minimum. Well, connect to why you're doing it in the first place, Russ. Why did you choose this job? Does it connect to your soul? Are you passionate about it? What's going to happen if you don't do it, if you're just doing the bare minimum? Could you lose the job? Right? You have to connect to the values and the consequences at the same time. I'm not doing good mental health, because a boy is going on dates with a girl that's got... Okay, the rest of your question didn't go through. That's got a boyfriend. What do you mean the boy is going on dates with a girl? Are you talking about a relationship with you with someone else? I don't know what you mean by that. It's like you're in like the third person asking the question. Casey said, I'm in a disassociation state and barely functioning. Okay, if you feel like you're barely functioning, please, Casey, shoot me a DM about this. I really want to help you out. 45, never been married, no kids, and a blessed life. Good for you. It was my 20th. IRS is after me. It was my 20th. Yeah, the comments keep moving. I'm trying to get back. It was my 20th birthday. I guess like 20th the other day. My brother and sister are both nearly at 30, making 160K a year. Good for them. Or why are you asking that? Is there like jealousy? What is the situation? Oh, any advice on the pressure? Okay, I didn't see the next part of your question. All right, yeah, IRS is after me. Okay. You're comparing yourselves to people who are 10 years older than you. It's a lot of time. There should be no pressure about amount of money you're making. It's about the lifestyle that you want to live, and your life may be completely different than them. Maybe you make more money, maybe you make a little bit less. But if you're 20 and they're 30, I'd advise you to start finding your passion. Something you truly care about that you could build a business around, or go work for a corporation, or get a degree in, whatever the case is. Something that you connect to, and money's going to follow that. IRS said, I just answered your question, IRS, and you said it's just me or this guy isn't answering a single chat question. Guys, we have so many comments coming in that sometimes it's behind, so you guys got to bear with me. Also, I keep pinning the comment. Every single time I answer a comment, I pin the comment. Do you guys see that? You guys should be able to see that. Right? You guys see the pinned comments? Like, for example, I just pinned Jenny's comment. You guys see that, right? Let's see. I don't like my job, but I have no motivation to go back to school for a different job. Well, you might not have to go back to school for the different job. But what is it that you do currently, and what do you want to do instead? Life gets boring when the FBI busts down your door for fraud. Yeah, I'm sure it would. Oh, Kalat, what's going on? I get anxious over everything. I'm scared of leaving the house and scared of making friends. Okay, well, this is probably based on your relationship with people in the past. You're afraid of people. You're afraid of connection. Do you feel like you asking yourself, hey, do I feel like I deserve love? Do I feel like I can be cared for? Or do I feel like there is always toxicity involved in this and people are just going to screw me over, so I just need to be introverted and by myself? These are definitely deep components you want to start to dive into. How can I stop being annoying to my partner? That's a good question. You might be nagging them. I don't know if you're a man or a woman. You might be nagging them. You might be, you never stop talking. I don't know if this is like, what are you annoying your partner about? I DM'd you. Sounds good. Hey, I'll get back to you. Dylan said, I went on a date after not being with my ex almost a month and a half ago. I went on a date after not being with my ex for almost a month and a half ago when you broke up and you just started missing her. Well, it's only been a month and a half, right? And how long were you guys together, Dylan? Because if you were together for a while, it might not be that easy to move on. M said he's worried he's going to hurt me more, and that's why he can't be with me. He loves me too much. Yeah, that's a very dangerous game. I love you so much that I can't be with you, and I'm afraid of myself to hurt you. There's a lot of work that has to be done if he really thinks he's capable of that type of danger in your relationship. Ty said, I had a horrible day today. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, why was your day bad? Let's see. Majesty, what's going on? You obviously would, hence how much you... I don't know what you guys are talking to. That's a funny comment. How do I deal with a partner with ADHD? Well, yeah, I mean, look, their mind's going to go all over the place all the time, but bear with them. Give them some grace, right? Be present with them. When their mind starts to go in a bunch of different directions, invite them to come back to the moment, right? Don't pressure them. It's only an invitation. That can help. Majority of teenagers are diagnosed with that. I don't know which exact thing I was saying. I'm glad you're getting help. Maybe you guys are talking to each other in the comments. Laura said, why are so-called modern women offended by wanting to be a stay-at-home mom? Moms mold society. This is a great question, Laura. The reason so-called modern women are offended by wanting to be a stay-at-home mom is because they've been convinced that being hyper-independent will allow you to be happy, which is usually false. Now, that being said, the fact that women can work is beautiful and amazing, but family is very important. And if you look at society and hookup culture and how relationships are being promoted in most modern dating advice, it destroys families and it destroys people's life. And people are listening to that advice. So that's why people don't want to be no one wants to be a stay-at-home mom, because they think that they have no worth. Like, yeah, you'd rather go work for a corporation and a boss that tells you what to do, and you don't care, and he doesn't care about you, and if he needed to fire you the next day, he would, but you're so afraid to be in a marriage, and your husband asks you to do one thing, and it's like, oh my god, he's manipulating me. So it's very back. Women have been convinced to actually hate themselves, which is crazy, and a lot of feminism did that. Crazy enough. Emil, what's going on? Welcome back in. She's been a good wife. My girlfriend wants to be... Hey, what's going on? Brad, what are... we have YouTube comments coming in too, so I'm going to try to get to both of you guys. Brad, what are 3 things that the younger generation truly wants from the older generation? For them to actually listen, for them to give them valuable advice, and to not, like, tell them what to do all the time. Nobody likes being told what to do. And if you're older than someone and you're like, oh, you're young, so you should do this, it's like, no one wants to listen to that. If you give them an actual reason to do it, they might listen. But that's what I think. My girlfriend wants to be a famous TikToker, but she needs to pretend to be single. All right. Might be with the wrong girl, brother. Dylan, yeah, I saw your comment about your ex missing you. I think because there's so many comments coming in, you guys are... All right, so I'm going to ask you guys a favor since there's so many people in here. It takes me a decent amount of time to get to every comment since there's so many coming in. If you guys have thrown a question down in the chat, don't throw it down multiple times. I just haven't gotten to yours yet because I'm like above it. There's so many there, but I'm not going to miss your question. So you don't need to throw it down 3 times. I'm going to get to it. But Dylan, yeah, about you going on a date with the ex. It's been a month and a half. Like, how long have you guys been together? Ty said, what should you do if your girlfriend breaks up with you and goes to your best friend of 17 years? Hard question. If your girlfriend breaks up with you and then goes to your best friend of 17 years, your best friend of 17 years is not really your best friend, and your girlfriend needs to be kicked out of your life 100% immediately. You need to have a serious conversation with your best friend. Are they like dating now, or do they just hook up? But either way, it's not a fun situation. Why is Kyle said, am I Christian? I am not. Why is it a trend now that everyone has anxiety, ADHD on the spectrum, etc.? It's ridiculous. Well, ADS, there are a lot of people who are self-diagnosing themselves. That is true. But there are also look at society. Most people hate what they do for work. Most people are overweight. Most people are broke. Most people have never been taught valuable information to apply to their lives. So people get anxious because of that. People feel stuck. So that's why. It's more of like a like, don't blame the people who are saying they have anxiety. It's more worth blaming society, but it's not worth blaming anyone. You just got to actually work on this stuff. I'm thinking about them going into the military. Should I? If it's something you're connected to, sure. Texting with an old fling 2,000 miles away. Well, you're probably very lonely and isolated, and it's probably not going to help you. So you should date somebody in person that you care about. Thanks for answering. Trauma can become a passion that can change your life for the better. Absolutely. That's what it was for me. Guys, I think I'm like literally like 10 miles above the bottom of the comment section because there's so many comments. How do I quit bed rotting? That's a good question. Well, what are you running away from? What do you feel disconnected with in your life, right? Because you rot in bed because it's like it's better to just be in bed in this comfortable space without actually facing my problems. Ask yourself what you're running away from. That'll give you a good starting place. How to not feel embarrassed for taking antidepressants? Well, you're using it to help you out, right? So don't. It's not about, like, you may feel a little bit of shame for it, but again, there's so many people that utilize that. As long as you're using it and then starting to really improve in your life as well, you're just fine. You're just fine. I thought it was pre-recorded. It took me a minute to find out the comments was like 10 minutes behind. Yeah, there's so many comments that I'm behind with, but I'm trying to get to all you guys. I don't want to miss any, even though we're far behind. But keep throwing the comments down below, guys. I'm going to get to everyone. Let's see. Why is someone inviting me to co-host? Go away. Stop inviting me to co-host. Alright, this guy is just spamming me to co-host. I don't know if I can block him. Keeps like, I'm trying to scroll in your guys' comments, and it's just, hi from Finland. That's where one of my business partners lives. Why y'all care so much about his age? He can give advice. Absolutely, and most of my clients are older than me. Let's see. Ronell said 17 years with my partner. Caught him cheating. Forgave him. 5 years in, resentment set in. What now? You guys can't be together. This is a very harsh reality to come to accept. You guys can't be together anymore. 17 years with your partner, and he cheated, and you forgave him, and 5 years later, you're still resentful. It's going to be that way. Most people never forgive people for cheating, and I don't blame them. So, Ronell, this is going to be really tough, but if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about this, I'd love to help you out with this. And also dive into a situation of if it's possible for you to potentially forgive him, because I don't want to just say break up with him, right? I'm going to dive into this further. Let's see. Good afternoon. It's good evening for me. You feel really alone. Sorry to hear that. Well, we got a community here. People focus on self-growth, so feel free to shoot me a follow and stick around and ask some questions. But yeah, loneliness, it's rough. We are more connected than ever because of social media, more disconnected than ever. It's it's crazy stuff. How do I feel loved? How do you feel loved? Well, you feel love when somebody gives it to you. And also when you do things that you care about in your life that allow you to connect deeper to yourself. And then you feel that internally. 18, addicted to gambling, lust, and alcohol. Do you have some advice? Yes, Owen. It's going to be deep, so that's some deep stuff. Well, ask yourself, what are you running away from? Right? What have you not faced about yourself? And why did you get into this stuff? Was it peer pressure? Was it because you're running away from something? Saw you pin comments. Please answer mine. Thank you. Yeah, I think I already answered yours. But I think when I'm answering your guys' questions, I already answered your question because there's so many. She's leaving me undelivered. What do I do? Oh, you guys do see the pinned comments. Okay, good. Because you'll see I'm very behind in the comments. There's so many comments in here. She's leaving me undelivered. What do I do? How long have you been with her? Because you might just need to let this person go. Hi for the Logan, what's going on? Hi, for the past couple of months, I felt this need for drastic change. How do I combat this? Don't combat it. This is your soul calling for something more, for you to level up, for you to grow, for you to expand. Don't ignore your need for drastic change. Don't fight it. I'll invite the ideas of what you want to do to evolve to come in and nurture those. Any books you recommend? The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, and some other ones. Do you believe that saying once a cheater, always a cheater, can people change? They can change. It is very challenging for people to do so. For example, one of my clients in particular that has cheated on multiple people, it's something we've worked on integrating together. It's very challenging for him, but there's a lot of deeper components. Like, people don't just cheat to cheat. It's usually they're disconnected from themselves. Their needs aren't being met, but they're not good at communicating. So there's a lot of deep components there. He's reading through Reddit comments. I'm not reading through Reddit, guys. Look, YouTube. I'm on TikTok live. You guys see each other? You guys can see each other. So I'm not just reading Reddit comments. YouTube has no idea what's going on. But yeah, Owen. I remember you were saying the gambling, lust, alcohol. Shoot me a DM about this. I can shoot you over a specific lecture I did with one of my clients about his gambling addiction. That'll help you out. Owen, just shoot me a follow and a DM saying, hey, can you shoot me over the lecture about addiction? And I'll shoot it over to you. I need a job that I could work remotely from another country. I don't know where to start. It's a good question. Well, there's a lot of marketing agencies and online businesses. So probably LinkedIn, stuff like that, maybe. Let's see. Host is 100% correct. I'm glad to hear it resonates. Hey, man, from one guy to another, how do I move on from someone who treated me well? Ooh. How do I move on from someone who treated me well? That's a really good question. You have to acknowledge your own mistakes that allowed this to potentially fail and to develop your character further. And that's going to take, you have to sit in the emotions. You have to feel the pain. I had to do that with one of my ex relationships. I am Gen Z. Nice. Oh yeah, for you guys that are apologizing that you threw your comments multiple times, no worries. The comments are all over the place. I'm so behind. There's way too many comments, but I love it. Do you have the proper ICF certification to be a life coach? You do not need a certification to be a life coach. So I don't know what you're saying about proper certification. There are certifications for it, but anxiety is a fake excuse. Definitely don't agree with that. But thanks for your perspective. I'm binge eating out of stress and anxiety since the pandemic. What should I do? Where do you feel where's the stress coming from? Where's the anxiety? You have to go to the root. Actually, see, it was, should I give up on online dating? You don't have to give up on online dating, but you should you should be approaching people in person. Absolutely. That's how I met my girlfriend. Saw a cute girl on the other side of the coffee shop, went up to her, asked her for a number. The rest is history. Most beautiful relationship I've ever been in my entire life. So don't give up on online dating, but start in-person dating. Most people are afraid to do that, but you got to start doing it. CJ said, do you think anyone would still seriously choose to be with a single mom who isn't legally separated? Do you think anyone would seriously choose to be with a single mom who isn't legally separated from their partner? Might be challenging, but if you are not legally separated yet because of certain reasons, and there's a process of that's going on, it's not guaranteed. Look, I mean, when let's lay out the facts. When you're a single mom or a single dad, it's much more difficult to date. There are a lot of men that don't want to be with a woman who already has kids. It's a reality, but it does not mean it's impossible. So yes, dating is going to be more difficult, CJ, absolutely, but it is more than possible. Wait till you need ED medicine? Oh no. How do I stop myself from being lonely? Sometimes being lonely is a part of your growth, but start to get out of your comfort zone. Approach people in the gym, approach people at your school, at your place of work. Like just have conversation with people. Sometimes the loneliness like goes away because you're so stuck within yourself. You haven't had conversations. I met my husband online, Oka said from YouTube. Now we're having a baby after 8 years, but I met him on a Christian online dating app. That's beautiful. See, like obviously there's positive stories from people meeting online, but also like yeah, that's a Christian dating app. So also like, and I'm not trying to undermine your story at all. That's completely beautiful. But for other people, like yeah, a lot of people aren't on Christian dating apps, and maybe they should be, because a lot of people are kind of going into the Tinder and Hinge and all this stuff and just like sleeping with people. So a lot of people aren't that serious about dating too. How can we overcome the sin of lust? That's a good question, Caribbean. Well, here's the thing. Your religion demonizes lust. Lust in of itself is not 100% a bad thing. I'm going to say that again. It's going to trigger a lot of people. Lust isn't 100% a bad thing. It is not bad to lust after your partner. It's not bad to be severely attracted to them and to have those thoughts about them. And even to be attracted to people and have a sexual thought. This is literally your biology. You were built to reproduce. Don't shame yourself for experiencing that. So it's not about overcoming the sin of lust, in my personal opinion. It's about understanding where the lust is integrating itself, and that's what you need to work on. It needs to be properly integrated into a fulfilling relationship. But don't demonize yourself. This is literally natural. And especially if you believe in God, God implanted it into you for a reason. My girlfriend can't do what she wants because her parents have other plans for her. What advice can I give her? Your girlfriend can't do what she wants because her parents have other plans, or if she's over 18, she definitely can do other stuff. But I don't know how old you guys are. Let's see. IRS said, how did you find your passion? Did you have a different passion you thought you wanted and then regretted it? That's a good question. So, for most of my life, I felt like I was drifting. I was all over the place. I didn't really enjoy anything. I actually started playing drums when I was like 13 years old, which is maybe I started playing drums when I was like 14. But that's equally, I was diagnosed with depression at 13. So drums was my first passion in life. I've been playing for like 8, 9 years now. I love drums so much. That was my first passion, and then self-development in my personal life was my second passion, and then now it's turned into a profession for me. So it's been a very beautiful experience. But yeah, I did spend years of my life questioning what I wanted to do for work. I had no idea. So for me, it kind of came naturally. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. Like seriously, I didn't even choose this. It was just like, and I'm actually grateful I was depressed because overcoming that has gotten me to care about this. I mean, if I didn't go through that, I don't think I'd care about it. The power of now, yes. Is it normal if a girl cheated on her boyfriend, then blank her when he found it out? No, that is not normal at all. What does a life coach do? It's a good question. So for me, I'm a self-growth, self-development coach. So we dive into confidence, insecurities, finding your passion, getting more connected in your life, creativity, relationships, a lot of different stuff like that. Let's see. Sent you a follow, thank you. Sorry, don't know how to DM you. Okay, Ronell, if you follow me, you should be able to click on my profile, and then there should be a DM option. But if not, I'll be sure to reach out to you as well. Breakups are the worst. My girlfriend has goals that are different. Oh, we already dived into that. My best friend of 30 years has told me I'm a miserable person and self-centered. Well, what do you feel about that? Do you feel like there's truth to that? Or do you feel like it's complete BS? But if your best friend of 30 years is saying it, then there might be some truth to it to look at. And that's not an uncomfortable truth to look at, but it's one that could help you grow a ton. And Angel, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about this, I would love to help you out with that. I gotta find a new like position for me to sit because I keep like leaning in and back when I do the comments. I'm like gonna kill my back. Let's see. How many? What? All right, let's see. Hold on. Talking to a girl right now, but another girl at the gym is liking me. How to deal with it? Well, Kevin, it's really important, at least in my personal perspective, to date one person at once to see, like, if another girl likes you, let her like you. But if you're talking to a girl right now and you're invested in her, don't just change directions. You're going to make it complicated very fast. Is it good to get rejected? Yes, because it shows you where you can improve, or just where you're not right for somebody. That's also possible too. It is natural with your partner to lust over them. Absolutely. Love drums. Wow. Yeah, I love the drums so much. Kevin, appreciate the roses. And yeah, Kevin, if you want to shoot me a DM about this, I know you're already following me. Would love to dive into this further. What's your highest GCI? I don't know what GCI is. What is that short for? Me and my girlfriend have been dating for 2 years. Her parents are the worst people I've met in my entire life, and she agrees. Okay, well, it's not good that she doesn't have a good relationship with your parents and you don't like her. It's not good. But yeah, what's going on with that relationship? Let's see. Vinny on YouTube. Do you have a girlfriend? Yes, I'm in a very fulfilling relationship with my girl. We've been together for a little over a year. Let's see. Finding true love is rare. Every second video on TikTok, I see someone's been cheated on. Yeah, so many people do not take dating seriously, and it's crazy stuff. Oh, your girl refuses to move in with me. Your girlfriend refuses to move in with you and your family. Instead, I can't deal with that family forever advice. Well, yeah, she doesn't need to move in with you now, but also how old are you guys, RS? Like, are you guys under 18 or are you over? Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, of course, Kevin. All right, I think I'm catching up to the comments finally. I'm almost there, guys. I'm almost at the bottom, even though you guys keep throwing comments down below. Is it good to stalk your ex-girlfriend? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Cristobal, what's going on? Brother, what if this girl I'm talking to is good for me and the other one at the gym is prettier? Well, if you find her more physically attractive and you genuinely think she's better than you, or better for you than the other girl, then yeah, don't waste your time with the other girl. But also don't give up too soon. But I also don't know how long you've been dating the other girl. Any advice for someone entering adulthood? It's not as difficult as people say it is. I mean, again, I haven't lived, I guess, true life yet. I'm not like in my 40s and have a house and mortgage and stuff like that. But at the same time, appreciate the roses, guys. I appreciate you. But any advice for someone entering adulthood? Find the things you're passionate about. So when you're working a lot and living the normal day-to-day life, you actually care about the stuff that you're doing, Julia. That's the most important part. And Julia, if you're trying to find your passions and stuff like that, feel free to shoot me a follow and a DM. Would love to help you out. Yeah, Owen, addicted to gambling, alcohol, that type of stuff. I think I already answered this, but diving into like, what are you running away from? What do you feel stuck with? Where do you feel a lack of connection? And ask yourself, how can I start to gain that connection? How can I find things I'm passionate about, things I want to create, develop a vision for myself, and commit to that day after day? And Owen, I'd love to shoot you over one of my like exclusive lectures to my paid group for free about like addiction. So Owen, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM, hey, you talked about the addiction lecture, I'll just send it over to you. Advice for Marines. Well, I'm not in the military myself, and I've met some Marines that are absolute killers. They're actually insane. Are you asking like you're going in now, and you're asking how you should go about it, or something else? Text said, "How do I feel happy again? I feel like I'm at a very low point. I don't know what to do." Oh, you're at the lowest point tonight. Well, text. Please feel free to shoot me a DM, and don't be afraid to reach out to someone if you're feeling that low. But I mean, look, man, these are emotions, right? Don't run away from them, but don't let them consume you, right? How to feel happy again? Find things that you connect to, right? Be grateful that you woke up this morning, but sometimes that's not going to do it if there's something deeper going on here. So text. Please feel free to reach out. You're 20, she loves your family, and they love her, so it's kind of playing with your brain. I mean, yeah, IRS, if you want to shoot me a DM about it, I'd love to see, like, the intricacies of this, because, again, apologies for the split comment. No worries at all. But yeah, this is going to be intricate. Gavin said, I'm 14 and was diagnosed with depression at 11. How to get better? Oh my God, Gavin. I appreciate you throwing this down below. I was diagnosed with depression at 13. All right. Well, I have quite a few lectures that I've done around overcoming depression because I was able to overcome it for myself. I can't guarantee you're going to overcome it because everyone's depression is differently. But Gavin, I personally don't coach people under 18. But if you want to shoot me a DM, Gavin, I'll shoot you over the lecture I did in my coaching group for free about the beginning steps that I use to overcome depression. And that could definitely be helpful for you. So looking forward to connecting, Gavin. I'm sorry. It sucks. It's actually crazy that more and more people are suffering so young. But Gavin, if you're able to move through this, which I know you can, one day this will be the greatest blessing you've ever experienced. It's going to be hard to see that now, but because the depression, once you overcome it, it will propel you towards becoming the best version of yourself, and you will be so grateful for life in a way that you've never experienced before. I need help how to forget someone who hurt you, but you still care them. You can still care about someone, but not be with them, right? So it's not about forgetting them. It's about processing this experience. Feel the emotions. Being a life coach has helped with your past depression. You seem at a good place. Yeah, I mean, all the stuff I've done in my personal life has really helped me. How to stay motivated with my purpose and not veer away. Dating is messing with my head a little bit. Okay, well, here's the thing. Purpose and dating can go together. If dating women is pulling you in the wrong direction, you're dating the wrong women. My girlfriend indirectly allows me to make more money, allows me to work harder, because I have so much more motivation to do things in my purpose, in my business, because I care about her so much and want to provide for her and all these different things. And she supports me with all that. She doesn't nag me. If I'm on a call, if I'm on a session, she respects that, right? So Kevin, it's just that you're dating the wrong women, and it's not necessarily a reflection of you. It's just that the women that you're with. But also, you can definitely get disconnected and focus too much on dating over your purpose. That's possible too. But question is, what do you find purposeful in your life? And if you're getting distracted from your purpose so much, do you really find it that purposeful at the deepest level possible? It's a good reflection point. Appreciate the gifts. All right, let's see. We got more questions coming in. How do I stop caring about other people? Well, you don't want to stop caring about other people. Are you talking about caring about what other people think? That's never going to 100% go away, but you have to connect so deeply to what you care about and your values that if someone disrespects you, that's okay. It's a reflection of them. You're going to keep building because you care so deeply to it. I don't know what in my guys. TikTok is here. On YouTube, a crazy comment just came in. Someone's claiming to be my moderator and making like a bunch of political claims. What are you doing, brother? What are you doing? Wait, Nightman, I think you've been in here before too. This really works when administrating money. 50% needs, 30% wants, 20% savings. I would also add investing in there. I actually only started recently investing. Why do I always find the twin number? Sorry, my broken English, but every day I find the twin number. I don't know what that means. I gamble as well. Hey, appreciate the gift. I gamble as well to... Wait, why did the comments keep moving? Keep moving. I gamble as well to not think about my dilemma. It's always something deeper. Absolutely. Absolutely, it's always something deeper. Lila, is it bad to ask my old situationship, who has a girlfriend now, if we were ever more than friends? Definitely a bad idea. But the question is, why are you so attached to that person still? Again, I'm going to make this claim 10,000 times every single time someone asks a question about a situationship. Why are you guys accepting situationships? You are bound to be hurt and walked all over in a situation like that. Do you know who situationships serve more? They serve men a lot more than women, because men are a lot better at sleeping with people and then forgetting about them. Women have the love bonding hormone oxytocin, which is produced in men and women, but it's produced 10 times more in women during sexual activity than men are. So as a girl, when you're going into a situationship, you're bound to get hurt more than the guy. Stop putting yourself in a position like that. Is life kinder when expectations are lower? No. But you can't expect things from other people. You can only invite them. But no, when you lower your expectations, you might meet those needs, but then you might forget about the things you actually care about. So you're not really meeting your needs in this backwards way. I'm bedridden now. It's okay. I'm over 70, happy, but I get panic attacks. Could you help? Yeah, Patricia, feel free to shoot me a follow and a DM about this. But I'm glad you're happy. So, but there's a few things we could dive into. How to get rid of social anxiety. You have to do it in a very small capacity. Start going up to people and just asking how their day is going and nothing else. Then start asking, hey, what do you do for work? Then approach someone that you think is cute and ask for their number. Social anxiety, overcoming that starts in a very small capacity. That's what I did for myself. Yeah, for everyone who's just jumping in, I'm going to ask you guys to not spam your question multiple times. There's so many comments coming in that I'm at the top. So if it takes me like 5 to 10 minutes to get to your question, it's just because I'm so far up in the chat. I'm going to get to everybody. So to avoid me going through a bunch of BS, don't spam your comments 6 times, please. But I understand why you guys are doing it. Obviously, you don't know that if you're just jumping in. Kevin, what's going on again? 23, I want to make more friends, meet more people. Any tips? Go up to absolutely everyone of all ages around you. In the gym, at school, at work, at the mall. All of these societal expectations are all BS of, oh, you can and can't talk to people in this area. Throw all of that out the window and just talk to people. And if you start a conversation, it seems like someone doesn't want to talk to you, you could just end the conversation and walk away, right? But yeah, meeting new friends, just literally go up to random people. I know it sounds super basic, but nobody's doing it. We're so afraid of it. It seems like so obvious that it's like, no, I can't do that. Of course you can. What about roommates and their toxic habits? Talk to them about their toxic habits if they can improve upon it. Hold on, where'd the comments go? Oh, wow. I think oh wait, here we go. Here's the comments. I lost you guys for a second. Sorry. What's a situationship? A situationship is essentially like a relationship where people hook up with each other and pretend to be with each other, but there's no commitment. So it's bound to end in a disaster. So it's a new young modern dating term and what people do. It's goofy. Cheating rumors from the entourage. They're saying that my woman cheated, but nothing correlates. Well, that's interesting. Do you feel like your partner cheated? And what's the situation? Can you elaborate what you mean in inviting feelings? Absolutely. There's feelings. I don't remember exactly what I was talking about. The comment might have been up more, but in terms of inviting feelings, you just subscribed. Awesome. Appreciate you jumping in. Inviting feelings, allow the feelings to be there. Don't run away from them. Sadness, anger, frustration, resentment, let it be there. Don't judge it. Don't guilt and shame yourself for it. Investigate it. How do I stop overthinking and self-sabotaging my relationship when nothing bad happens? Okay, well, it's like you said, it's a self-worth thing. You didn't say it's a self-worth thing, but you're self-sabotaging because it's a self-worth issue. You don't feel like you deserve love, so you kind of put barriers in your way. Start to communicate with your partner, like when and you have to consciously actually face yourself in the mirror and acknowledge the things you're doing. Hey, I start to create problems that don't exist. Let me see what triggers me to do that and how I can stop doing it. Right? But again, depending on what it is, we have to dive into it further. So Donovan, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about this, of what you're doing to sabotage, it'll give me a lot more clear perspective to really help you out with this. Hi, Brad. I DM'd you more yesterday about my relationship. Sounds good, Ira. I apologize I didn't get back to you yet. I've had so many DMs come in. I literally haven't had enough time to get back to everyone. How can you differ a hobby and a passion from a very indecisive person? You don't have to. Like that doesn't have to be the task. What's a hobby and a passion? They can be the same thing. And you can turn hobbies into a passion. Like or yeah, it's usually the same thing. Like but also like my hobby of playing drums, I ended up started playing in bands too. So then I was making money doing it. But that was never my intention. I just enjoyed doing it. And even when my bandmates were like, "Hey, let's ask this venue for more money," I was just like, "Sure, but like I don't really care. I'm just doing this for fun." So that's how you know when you really care about something. You can do it for free. Before I started charging for my services and coaching when I first started, I would just do it for free. And again, with drums, just play when I don't make any money. But I care about it that much that it's like, who cares? I'm addicted to my phone. I've had this bad habit since a year ago, and I'm procrastinating everything. All right. What are you procrastinating specifically? You might be procrastinating because you don't actually want to do it. You don't actually really care that much about it. But you want to connect deeper as to why that is. So that's a good place to start, Al. All right, on YouTube, I'm in the hospital right now, and you're so right. Don't run away from your emotions. Oh, I hope you're in the hospital. I hope you're okay. Sometimes things just stink, and it's okay to be upset. Don't let it take over you. Absolutely. You can feel sad. You can feel frustrated. You can feel stuck without it being also acknowledging it's not going to be there forever and just sitting there and experiencing it. Sometimes you can't do anything to get out of it. There is certain situations where you're just going to experience it. Absolutely. Yo, bro, I just got a girlfriend and I'm scared. How do I keep her happy? How old are you, Cheesy? Are you in your early teenage years? Kind of sounds like it, but how to keep her happy? Do things that you guys both very much care about and nurture that connection. Um, and you can also, yeah, just experiment, do new things. Is social anxiety an excuse to not advance in life? In some capacity. I recommend people eat food and drink water. It's the most important advice out there. I agree. Please advise me. I deal with Karens and Kevins all day. They're irritating ASF every day. Yeah, what do you do for work? How are they irritating you? Trace said, good to see you again, brother. Hey, you as well. Annie said, we just talk every week. He invites me to state to date. It's been 5 months and I feel frustrated. Yeah, Annie, you talk every week. How can you shoot me a DM about this? I'm definitely curious to hear more about it. Let's see. Not at all damage is done, though. I don't understand how the entourage is believing that. Yeah, I don't know. How do you get to the point of mentally and emotionally stable to the point you're at right now? I think I'm so connected to my relationship. I'm so connected to myself and my worth. I'm so connected to my passions, my business, that everything just kind of moves up with it. And also, I faced the deep, dark emotions inside of me, and I'm still doing it. Can you do a session of drumming with us? I actually did go live on TikTok for drumming maybe like 2 weeks ago. I have a separate drumming page on TikTok, Mighty Brad Drums, although I just started making videos on there, and I don't really have that much time to do it super consistently, but yeah, I definitely would like to go live drumming. Miriam said, how do I deal with loneliness? Well, understand that sometimes you don't have to deal with it, and you're putting yourself in that position. But also, loneliness can come from you feeling disconnected from people misunderstanding you. Sometimes you have to go through that trial and tribulation period in your life where you're building by yourself. I had to do that for a few years before I met people. I finally made. Yo, I literally just made it to the bottom of the comment section. That's crazy. I finally made it. I've been scrolling for an hour. FAK said, do I keep waiting for her? There's a difference between waiting and being patient. Patience is worth it. Waiting is not. I don't know what you mean by waiting for her. Like, oh, I'm not ready for a relationship. No, don't wait for her. If someone in her family just died and you just started talking, that's a different story. Thanks, Brad. It helped. Sounds good, Miriam. If you want to dive a little bit deeper into this in the DMs, feel free to shoot me a follow. Peachy Vibes. I feel like I'm not good at things. I can do stuff, but not in a way that I'm the best at anything. Well, maybe you haven't spent enough time building up the skill set for it. And you do it, and then you don't feel good enough, and then you give up and then try something else. But you're not going to be good at everything either. There's like I'll be so honest with you guys, and my brother makes fun of me all the time. Like I'm very good at this deep philosophical stuff, but sometimes when it comes to like very basic like household, how would I word it? Like physical things, sometimes I'm bad at it. Like I'm learning how to like I don't know, let's say some like a household appliance that is like obvious for people to use. Like sometimes I'll just like it just doesn't click, right? So I'm good at the deep stuff. Some of the surface level stuff it kind of goes over my head sometimes. Bro, I forgot how to drink air. That's crazy. I have motivation to study, but it goes away. How do I push myself to go further? Acknowledge why you're studying it and why you're doing this in the first place. The deep connection to your soul, what it's going to bring to your life. I wish you great success with the drums. I need something like this to get out all of the emotions. Absolutely. Yeah, Ronell. Definitely looking forward to connecting the DMs too. I'm going to bed. Good night, chat. See you, Tommy. We'll see you soon. I'll probably go to bed soon as well. It's like 12:30 a.m. near me. So is social anxiety an excuse to do nothing but stay at home and be totally dependent on your dad? If that's the case. But I mean, look, people aren't just using it as an excuse for the sake of it. Like social anxiety is obviously a real experience. So I used to be super socially anxious, and I had to get myself out of my comfort zone to start to develop the skills to not be that way anymore. How do I react when my girlfriend is rude and makes me feel stupid? Well, you have to confront her on her bad behavior. And if she's being rude, you have to ask her to not do that. And if she is always continuing to do it, you have to have a more serious conversation. I feel like every guy I talk to gets bored because I'm far too open and optimistic. Whoa. Well, maybe the guys you're talking to just aren't serious about dating. But if you're optimistic in life and you're open, but what do you mean by open and optimistic? She ended our relationship 1 month ago, but a week ago she acted like nothing happened. How old are you guys? Sounds like a teenage experience. Yes, great calm voice. I appreciate you. Yeah, sounds good. We'll chat later. All women are rude sometimes. I mean, not necessarily. Crucky said, first rule of counseling. Do not talk about yourself. Well, Crucky, I am not a counselor. I'm a coach. I'm also not a therapist or a medical professional, so I can talk about myself and relate to people. Talk about myself all the time in my coaching practice, and it helps my clients a lot. Of course, I don't only talk about myself, but I'm definitely going to keep talking about my personal experiences. Welcome in, everybody. My God, what do you know? You're 12. I'm actually 11, Darlene. Get it right. I miss the good side of her. I'm over the actual person, but I can't move away from the person she was. Yeah, you're living in like the idea, the fantasy world. You're living in memories, which is you have an energetic spiritual cord. You're attached to this person still. So it's going to take processing the emotions to start to move forward with this. Guy is interested in me. I respond quickly. I show myself interested. And he gets bored always. Yeah, you're dating the wrong guys. Because here's the thing: my before my girlfriend was my girlfriend, she responded quickly, and that was very attractive to me because we both didn't want to play any games. We were serious about dating. So the guys you're talking to aren't super serious. That's the problem here. I'm very glad that you talk about yourself. That's what's making this real. Hey, Patricia, I'm glad it resonates. Glad it resonates. Surrounded by people, yet feel extremely lonely all the time. Oh, I'm very familiar with that feeling, Em. It can be exceptionally challenging when you're lonely. Because here's the thing: people think, oh, I'm automatically around more people. It means like then you feel guilt and shame. How do I feel lonely yet I'm around people all the time? It's because you don't feel understood. You don't feel connected. You don't feel like you're in tune with them. And sometimes you're going to have to go through that experience and not be in tune with those certain particular people. But it's also very important to keep pushing forward and figure out what you do connect to. Because when you connect to things you're passionate about, a little bit of that loneliness goes away because you're connecting. And then you will eventually meet people that are connected to you as well. You're saying so social anxiety is an excuse to do nothing but be your dad's servant? I mean, if that's the situation it's in, it could be. A user. There's a lot of profiles with like the name user. Were you in the live yesterday? Were you asking me about your husband and your son, or are you someone else? If I'm an introvert, do I ever have a chance of getting a girlfriend? I'm 20, by the way, and never had a girlfriend. A-Train, cool name. I love the boys. If you want to shoot me a follow and DM about this, I'd love to help you out with it because I used to be an introvert for my whole life. And now I'm both. I'm still an introvert, by the way. I enjoy spending time with myself. But yes, if you're only an introvert and you don't get into your comfort zone, it's going to be difficult to get a girlfriend. But you definitely can do it and get comfortable in it. Patricia's the thing. Patricia, I can't talk. Thank you. Yeah, of course. I was on here, and I want to ask a real question. Yeah, feel free to throw it down below. My mom wants to put me in conversion therapy. I don't know what that is. Sapana, hi sir, what's going on? It's hard for me. Is religion true, and which one? It's a good question. You got to find what resonates with you. Don't be so attached to finding the answer immediately. Just be explorative. Any advice on how to stay focused on my goals and studies, for example? Schedule it out in your calendar. If you do not, for me, if I don't schedule something out, it's not getting done. Stay committed to that stuff. Do you save your lives? I think so, but usually not, since there's so many questions. And I do this 7 days a week. It's difficult for me to let go of my situationship. I already ended it, but I still think about her. Allow yourself to think about her. Feel the emotions. Just make sure you don't get into a situationship again. You're reading everything. You're so sweet. I'm never unfollowing. Thank you so much. Hey, appreciate you. Appreciate you so much. All right, let's see. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I feel like deleting my social media and really just focusing on myself, not social media. Turning off my socials. Oh, wait, no, that's someone else. Hold on, let me finish this question. I feel like deleting social media and focusing on myself. I really feel like I need a girlfriend. I mean, you could also, I met my girlfriend in person by just cold approaching her. So you don't need to meet people on social media. You can definitely do it in person. Someone else said I want to delete my socials, turn off my location, and run away. Nothing feels right. Yeah, well, why do you feel like nothing feels right? Where's the disconnect stemming from? Caden said, just want to let you know my grandmother passed away a few days ago. I hope you could cheer me up. I'm sorry to hear that. Let's see. Oh, you're saying your mom doesn't want you to be LGBT and wants me to get professional help. I mean, look, there's certain times where people get confused about their sexuality based on trauma, and then there's people that are attracted to who they're attracted to. I'm not an introvert. I'm not introvert before, but now I feel like I'm going to be mute. I'm so drained when I'm around people. Well, Vina, maybe you're around the wrong people, or maybe there's something that you've been through that you haven't processed that makes you feel like you're shutting down. If you want to shoot me a follow and a DM, I would love to kind of discover what that is and help you out. Need advice, man. Opinions on long distance. My girl is 1,300 kilometers away. Long distance is exceptionally challenging. Question is, did you start the relationship based on long distance and you've never met each other? Or have you been together in person? You have to do long distance for a certain period of time. I really want to chase my dreams on becoming a race car driver. Any advice? Find every opportunity to do it. One of my clients, he flags races. So maybe you want to connect with him. He might have some advice. I don't know how you get into it. I'm going to work on not evaluating myself all the time. Yeah, give yourself a break. You feel so out of place. Please feel free to shoot me a DM about this, because I felt that way for a long time. Why do some women want to be worshipped? High egos. But everyone should, like, in a relationship, you should very much respect your partner and look up to them, but not, like, put people on a pedestal and, like, you're below them. It shouldn't be like that. Whenever my girl wishes to talk about politics, I shut down. I used to not care, and now I'm trying to. But I lose steam very quickly. I mean, do you and your girlfriend have opposite political beliefs? Is that what's going on? Because politics are very divisive very quickly. User said I lost my dad at 10 a long time ago, and I don't believe I can get over it. I miss him every day. Yeah, it's not about moving on, it's about moving forward. And it takes a long time to process that. Is it okay that I choose to be single forever because I don't know what that abbreviation is for. Should I lose fat before lifting? You can do both at the same time. How can I kill laziness and focus on discipline, not motivation? I need consistency. Okay, well, you need consistency. You need connection, right? You want to actually connect to the things you're trying to be consistent with and connect to why you want to do it in the first place. Studying to be an attorney and a lawyer. It's hard studying, and I feel like giving up. Well, how much more time do you have studying? Same beliefs, but I used to not care. It kind of just exists. She's extremely passionate. Yeah, being passionate about politics is an interesting one. How to not procrastinate. How to get over addiction. You want to see where you feel disconnected in your life. That's a good place to start. How to not procrastinate while struggling with mental health issues. Yeah, M, you're asking a lot of good questions, but I think these are going to be intricate answers in the DMs for us to dive into. Do you know much about determinism? I've heard of it before. I have not dove much into it, though. Hold on. Determinism. I know it's a philosophy. Determinism is the philosophical view that all events, including human actions and decisions, are inevitable results of preceding causes and natural laws. It implies the future is fixed by the past, often rendering free will an illusion. Key forms include hard determinism, no free will, and soft determinism and compatibilism. Free will coexists with necessity. Interesting. I do not believe in that, but I do see as to how people can. Oh, you have 4 years left, A-Train. Well, are you really connected to becoming an attorney? Is it something you really care about? The laws of attraction work more consistent when the mindset is calm and positive. Absolutely. I was going to ask if you think it's avoiding accountability in terms of mental health. It can be. Yeah, I mean, people could definitely use determinism as like an out of philosophy. To go like, my life sucks, and yeah, I have no free will. You could just say that. Yeah, you could use that as an escape. How am I supposed to believe I'm good enough? Well, it's first about understanding the reason you don't believe you're good enough now came from somebody else, not you. And if it came from somebody else, that means it came from the external world and implanted itself internally. That means you could take the internal and cast it back to the external. Just open up yourself to the idea of it. But believing you're good enough, to analyze the narratives. What do I determine of if I'm good enough? And usually when you feel like you're not good enough, it doesn't matter what you do, you're never good enough. So you got to break the narratives. It's a good place to start. How do I deal with depression? All I do is take it day by day. Seems like it gets worse. Yeah, you can't take it day by day with depression. You have to actually analyze why it's there, what caused it, how it's sinking into your life, what you can possibly do to help yourself feel a little bit better. Geo, I was diagnosed with depression when I was younger. Feel free to shoot me a follow, Geo, and a DM about this. I'd love to help you out. Do looks really matter? What do you think about the black pill community? The black pill community is very toxic. Do I think looks matter? 100%. You need to be physically attracted to your partner. But do looks matter as much as the black pill guys say, where it's like, if your chin is not chiseled to this exact angle and your eyebrows aren't at this mark, then women aren't going to find you attractive? Complete BS. Complete BS. And they're all coping. Let's see. Yeah, I want to be an attorney, but it gets harder every year. Well, I mean, look, you're studying the law. You're studying really difficult things. But as long as you give yourself space and to actually, if this is something you really connect to, keep going. Let's see. Applesauce, what's going on? Alchemist said, rate my profile pic. I see that's Barack Obama. I have no idea who's next to him. Should I take risks even if I risk stability? Depends on exactly what you're risking. Push more Sisyphus, you're almost there. That's an interesting bio. It's me, but AI. That's crazy. I appreciate the gifts, applesauce. Now let's mute these people. Can you play Interstellar? I love that movie so much. I love that movie so much. Jeremy, how to believe in yourself. What are you dreaming of? What do you want to dive into? Right? How to believe in yourself. What you want is probably possible. Just find the little steps to get closer to it every day. I believe exercise is great for depression. Yes, it's definitely a part of it, 100%. No one takes me serious because I'm chopped. Well, I don't know if you're as chopped as you say you are. How to get rid of intrusive thoughts that bring up past mistakes. Well, it's about understanding that you probably haven't fully processed those past mistakes. That's why they keep coming back up. So you want to maybe dive into them again. Waffle recipe? How much will be 1.5 to, I don't know what that means. How do I become a life coach? I really want to. Oh, you want to? I became a life coach while I was diagnosed with depression at 13. Dealt with it until I was 16 and was able to. I got obsessed with self growth at that point and was focused on it for the next 7 years of my life. So, AS Life Vibe, if you're trying to become a life coach or anything like that, feel free to shoot me a DM about it. Would love to help you out. I've taken independently soul searching, causing my aging process very gracefully. Nice. Need advice about feeling stuck with my art and writer's block. Oh, very interesting. Yeah, I mean, look, creativity cannot be forced. Allow yourself to sit in that confusion and the block. The block is there for a reason, right? Allow it to be there. Don't reject yourself. And when the creativity comes back up, allow it in. Don't be so hard on yourself. That'll close your mind even more. How to fully process it since it has memories of people I have no contact to. Yeah, you have to revisit it. Is there a little kid inside of us? How do we acknowledge and utilize it as a way of change? Absolutely, Stizzy. The things you enjoyed as a child, the creativity you had, the journey in life you wanted to embark upon. Remember when you were a kid and you said, "I can't wait to grow up," and now you're looking at yourself as a kid and you're like, "Oh, how stupid was I to think that? Because life is so boring and sucks so much when I'm adult. I'm an adult now." It's like, no, you just chose the wrong life path, and you can still turn that around and make the child version of you happy. Start to chase your dreams. I don't care what that is. Stop listening to everybody else who isn't chasing the dreams and tells you to play it safe. There's a reason they're unhappy. Why life can't be perfect? Well, because perfection doesn't exist. No human being has ever experienced it. Let's see. Need advice on stopping thinking or feeling guilty about leaving a relationship that wasn't good. You can allow the feeling of guilt to be there, but if it wasn't good, oh, you're saying you're feeling guilty about leaving one that already happened, or you didn't leave yet. How do you deal with burnout and stay mentally strong? Good question. How to deal with burnout and stay mentally strong? Well, you might be getting burnt out because you're either overworking yourself or you're just working in the wrong areas and you don't actually care about what you're building. That's possible too. But Joe, if you want to shoot me a follow and a DM about this, I'd love to see where you're at with it. But staying mentally strong, it's about connecting to the deep values of why you're building what you're doing and not just doing it because it's what you're supposed to do. It's like you have to actually connect to these things. That's what allows you to truly do these things at a deep level. We got 200 people in here. Welcome in, everybody. We're diving into everything it says on screen. I run my coaching practice. If you want a free coaching session, just shoot me a DM. Do people reject me because of my appearance? It could be possible that certain people do. Not everybody, though. How come I always think about my old friends from years ago I haven't talked to in years? Maybe you didn't end on good terms. Maybe you feel isolated and lonely. So that stuff's coming back up. What books have you read? Jack London, did you read it? I have not read that. I've read not that many books, actually. I do more digital learning and stuff, but I'm reading Carl Jung's The Red Book right now, so psychology. My brother, what did I study in college and university? Psychology, but I dropped out of university. I hate school. Let's see. Do you think becoming successful gets more easy to get into relationships? No. If you are financially successful and then decide to start dating, it makes it more difficult because you will attract women that are going to try and use you. So it's actually better to find your girl when you're basically broke, because you know she's with you for you. I mean, I found my girl when I was 21. But who's my favorite philosopher? I don't think I have a favorite one. But it's definitely something I can reflect upon. I have the potential to be successful, what I want to do, but my biggest obstacle is laziness. Need advice on how to stop thinking you're feeling guilty about leaving a relationship that wasn't good. Okay, so you already left it. Well, you're doing them a favor, user. If you left a relationship that was toxic, you did yourself and them a favor because they're going to actually process this and hopefully become a better person. So you did them a favor. How do I stop getting my own way with procrastination and laziness? Ask yourself, why are you procrastinating? What are you avoiding? Why are you avoiding it? Do you actually care about the thing that you're building, or are you just doing it to do it? And CK, if you want to shoot me a DM about this and a follow, I would love to dive into it further. How to get out of a mental rut? Is it truly seasonal depression? How to respark motivation? It's a good question. Seasonal depression obviously is real. It's an actual diagnosis, and it's, it happens to be that when it's colder outside and there's not as much sun during the day, and you don't get as much sun, you're going off as much, so you're not feeling as happy. But it doesn't mean you have to stay that way, especially if you're not diagnosed with it. But resparking motivation, question is, where are you at now? What do you do for work? What are you studying? What are you trying to get closer to? What's the best way to cope with sudden hospice diagnosis? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Best way to cope with sudden hospice diagnosis? That's a really good question. Well, I think there's going to be it's ultimately acceptance, and when on the conversation of death, it's a very scary one. It's coming for all of us, and we never know when. So that's a starting place for it, but that's a really deep one. How do you deal with neediness in long-term distance relationships? Well, question is the long distance relationship you're in actually working? Because yeah, if your need is to be with someone in person, if your need is something, you can't reject that. You have to find a way to meet the needs, even if you're long distance. I have strict parents and it drain me because they make me doubt my decisions. That's rough. Well, what decisions are they trying to doubt? 6'1" and 160 pounds. Should I be cutting or bulking? 6'1" and 160. I don't think it's about cutting or bulking because everyone's build is different. If you're at 160 and you're 6'1", you might be sitting in like a pretty good range, but I don't know what your body looks like and what body type you have. How do I deal with PTSD? Is there a correct way to? I can't say I specialize in PTSD, but to start to deal with it, I would definitely want to understand the in-depths of like the situation before advising you on it, because that's obviously a deep one. Why do good things happen to bad people, but bad things happen to good people? This is like the age-old spiritual question. Why do good things happen to bad people, but bad things happen to good people? This is an illusion. Bad things and good things happen to good people and bad people. It just happens to be that sometimes, but there is some deep spiritual ideas around this. Billy Joel made a whole song about it. Only the good die young. Start to be more evil. It's not the case. It's just that it's your perception of it. And here's the thing: like you might say, hey, a bad person that's scamming someone is like making a lot of money. So how do they like get to have more money than someone else? Well, because they're scamming people. It doesn't mean they're happy though. So your perception of good and bad it's all personalized. I don't even know what to do. I'm like 5'4" as a man, and I just can't find someone. Any tips? Well, I'm 5'6", so I'm only 2 inches taller than you, and I'm in a very successful relationship. So you can definitely find someone. Are there certain girls that won't be attracted to you? Sure, but still find this. What's the likelihood of blank? I can't say that on here. If a guy is 20 and worth millions. Altman, what's going on? Welcome back in. I don't know what the likelihood is, but you should reach out to a mental health professional if that's the situation you're in. What's your take on the gut feeling that your long-distance partner might be cheating? If you feel like your long-distance relationship partner might be cheating, maybe they are, or it's just an insecurity based on being long-distance. Question is, have you guys met in person before, or is this just like you started the relationship at a distance? Can I request a song? No, we're not requesting music today, or we don't usually ever do that on here. All right, everybody. I might. We've been on here for 2 hours. I might end the live now, since it's almost 1 a.m. my time, and I gotta get to bed. I got a lot of work to do and a lot of sessions tomorrow. I appreciate you guys' presence. If you guys are new to this, or if you guys are new to my channel, we dive into self-growth, relationships, spirituality 7 days a week on TikTok Live and YouTube. YouTube, I didn't forget about you. There's just a lot. There's over 100 people on TikTok Live and only 3 people on YouTube. So sometimes I don't pay attention to you guys. I apologize. But anyone who's in here, like on TikTok, feel free to shoot me a follow. We go live 7 days a week diving into this stuff. Would love to help you guys out further in the DMs too. So I like this girl, but I can't be with her because I'm broke. Yes, you can. You can be with someone even if you're broke. All right, let's block this guy's comments. Why is he spamming that? But yeah, guys, feel free to shoot me a follow. Appreciate you guys jumping in today. I answer everyone's DMs. I don't always get back to you immediately since I have so many people who I talk to. Okay, can you guys, I don't want to say you guys, but some of these people are spamming that BS. Yeah, I mean, look, Anthony, you want to be able to take care of what she wants. Yeah, I get it. But like, it's a masculine drive and urge, but you can still provide for her in other areas. But yeah, guys, feel free to shoot me a follow. Would love to see you guys back in. I'm also doing some free coaching sessions. So if you are interested in that, feel free to shoot me a DM. I do a lot of like my coaching practice. I've worked with over 100 men and women in my coaching practice and helped them transform their lives. I've coaching packages that range from $50 a month all the way up to more expensive stuff. So I do group coaching, one-on-one sessions, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. We do a lot of different stuff to work through a ton of different stuff you guys are going through. So looking forward to connecting with you guys further in the DMs and seeing you guys back on live. I will see you guys very soon. Those of you guys that are throwing comments and questions down below and I didn't get to you, shoot me a DM about it. Appreciate you guys' presence. I'll see you guys on TikTok Live tomorrow. And I hate to go when there's over 100 people in here, but if you guys enjoy this, you're into self-growth, shoot me a follow. I'll see you guys on the TikTok Live tomorrow. And peace out, everyone. See you guys soon.